Hello everybody and welcome to another US Gamer stream. I'm Cat Bailey and today I'll be streaming Pillars of Eternity, the brand new RPG by Obsidian. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Talking into my microphone as usual, so we're going to do a few things in this particular cast. We're going to start a new game, go through the character creation process, and then we're going to load up some of the later content so that you can see how the battle system and everything works. Alright, so new game. Interestingly enough, Obsidian recommends playing Pillars of Eternity on easy. Some of the later modes are actually quite difficult. Normal is more for the people who have been playing isometric RPGs for quite a while now, and then it just goes on down. So yeah, Trial of Iron, so it's basically like XCOM, where if you die, that's the end of that. So let's go with easy mode. Hope everybody's having a nice Thursday, by the way. I just got done recording the latest episode of Axe of the Blood God. We were talking about Bloodborne. It was good times.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and
Yeah, let's keep moving on. So, and hello Kinogami, and hello to everybody who is joining me today. I hope that you can hear me okay. Alright, so this character creation, I always end up creating a male or a female character. So here are the races that you can create. Elf, dwarf, this thing. This is a godlike, interesting race. I'm trying to remember what the godlike reminds me of, but it's something horrifying. People kind of freak out if you walk in looking like a godlike. Let's go with a dwarf. I've never been a dwarf before in a game. Might be kind of fun. And there are a couple different types of dwarves which tell you what their abilities are. So plus 15 accuracy against any creature of the wild or primordial types. Yeah, okay. Or a bonus to defend against poison and disease attacks. I kind of like this one actually. Yeah, let's do it. And then there are the different classes. Thus far I have tried the fighter and I have tried the ranger. So, funny thing about being a ranger, so you get an animal friend to help you out. In my playthrough, my original playthrough, my wolf disappeared for no reason, and I was trying to figure out what was happening. Well, it never returned, and as a result, I couldn't go upstairs because I couldn't gather my party, and I actually did not have a backup save, so I had violating the first cardinal rule of all RPGs, so I ended up having to restart my game, which was a little bit embarrassing. Ciphers are interesting because they can... Oh yes, ciphers are fighters / magicians. Barbarians and fighters are, obvious. Same with wizard. Chanters are kind of cool because they will be chanting the entire time and giving buffs to your party. And after they've chanted a line 3 times, you can use their very powerful ability. I have not tried a druid yet. Oh, you can turn into an animal. That's kind of cool. I may actually do that one. And then monk, priest, and rogue. And I'm going to go with a druid. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. Okay, let's do it. I like turning into a bear or something. So you got a bear, you got a boar, a cat. I like cats. Naturally fast attack and can burst into even faster attacks for a short period of time. Okay, stag, wolf. I'm gonna go with bear. Bears are nice and tanky. So here are the attributes. Nice thing about it is that it will recommend what you should be using. So you definitely want some might in there. A bit of constitution. Intellect. 0% area of effect plus 0% duration, 0% will. Okay. You'd usually associate intellect with a mage, but as I am up, but I have magic attacks, that explains why. Okay. So it's kind of a dual physical and and magic attacker, and then resolve. Resolve is, I guess it keeps you from being debuffed. So, and then you have your culture. It kind of affects what clothes you start out with and what weapons, and then also what stat that you have. By the way, can everybody hear me? Like, just wondering, just if you can't hear me, just let me know. Intellect might be good in this case, and then it changes what weapon that you have. Alright, so apparently I came from the jewel of the southern seas, the crumbled remnant of an empire of warring merchant nations. And finally we have our background, which again dictates how much it dictates like how people are going to react to you and that sort of thing. So in the past I've gone with worker or laborer because I like the idea of having athletics and mechanics, but in this case I think I want drifter. I haven't been a drifter yet. Stealth +1, survival +1. Alright. And let's go with some let's edit up our character. Pretty basic character creation tools, but you know, it gets the job done. Oh, it's sort of like being a redhead. Alright, good. I was just making sure that everybody could hear me fine, since nobody was responding. Has anybody gotten a chance to play Pillars of Eternity yet? I know it just came out today, so I'm guessing people are just looking into it right now. And then you got your hair. Oh man. Look at this. Dwarf fro. Tempted to go with the dwarf fro. Not gonna lie. Oh man, dwarf mohawk. Now that's rad. Okay, but maybe change the hair. Yeah, pink. Pink mohawk dwarf. Now that's pretty rad. I like this. Alright, let's keep going. And picture. And you can pick a portrait. That'll do. This is what she looked like before, you know, she got a haircut and dyed it pink. Became an anime character. And voice.
I shall lead us. Steady does it. Follow me.
Excellent. And same name as always. Done. Let's do this thing.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it.
You're like
You'll be fine
you're
once it
sick at the
passes your
beginning, you're
innards.
not feeling so
Just
well.
Don't drink water, Cor. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink.
So he wants you
Called
to go and
spring.
find
I
a
know you wanna
berry.
hunt before it gets much darker.
You can ask
Let's see about
about
it. Hold
you can
on.
ask around about the
Alicia.
berries.
Cully?
No promises.
What
You
kind
got
of
this
guide
lady
says
helping
something
you
like
out.
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if any. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Huh?
So now so this
Anyone
typical
need
point and
supplies?
click RPG,
I've got
kind of like
sundries
Dragon
for
Age
sale.
Origins. You except in this one you can have upwards of 6 characters rather than just 4, which really changes the way that you approach your party. It's not as constricting for one thing. I find that you're not as limited in like who you're picking in terms of mages, or you don't feel like you're having to devote half your party to mages. So finding berries isn't too tough. It's basically just up the river.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
And alright, so now we're getting into the combat. So the game will pause when it's time to do some things, and so you can set up your attack. Wow, you get a lot of good spells to start with. This is actually pretty rad. So let's see. I can charm a beast. Ooh. Can charm this wolf. You can do bolt of lightning, attack will. Okay, so you got quite a few attacks. Now here's the thing. The attacks are pretty limited. Most of the time you can only use a spell once per rest, or like twice per rest in this case. And I can turn into a bear once per encounter. So once you run out, then you have to, in this case, camp to be able to restore. And in this case, you can only use this once per encounter. So once the encounter ends, it'll reset.
Lavaru. Beyond. See.
Well, that was stupid of me. Alright. So it's in slow mode. You can actually deactivate slow mode and make things go faster.
Right.
It's pretty forgiving in the early going. It's only a little
This is
later
it.
that it gets a bit harder. Hello, L Dave 82. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. So you can kind of like set your background. So you can talk about what you've been doing. I cross dangerous people, apparently. The Dwarven Mafia. I'm not particularly interested in resting. Not going anywhere special. I'm not particularly interested in getting to know her because, spoiler alert, she does not last long. She does not last long. Though interestingly, if you make a certain choice, she can disappear, which is making me wonder if she survives to come back later. Alright, so I got my berries, and now I need to go down by the river in a van. That was a poorly timed Chris Farley joke, by the way.
What a surprise. Sparful went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
This is kind of cool, by the way. They didn't want to go with the actual in-game cutscenes for the most part, so they did this thing, which is telling the story in kind of a cinematic way that kind of is a callback to Dungeons and Dragons.
Sparkle?
So that's
Are
pretty
you
cool.
alright?
Oh my god, he's been shot.
Ambush!
Alright, now it's time to be a bear.
Hmm?
And she is a fighter, so she's just gonna knock him down. Holy crap, I'm gigantic. That's amazing. You don't F around with a druid. Jeez
Right.
Louise. I'm
Let's
like
go.
10 feet tall.
Take him down.
I sort of wish that I had been a druid now. But it doesn't
on,
last
get
very
back to
long.
camp.
At least I don't think so. And I guess you have to be careful. It's one of the things that's slightly annoying about this game. It's usually pretty good about being able to pick up stuff, but clicking can be the tiniest bit clumsy. So now I gotta get back to camp. Oops, wrong way. You know, like graphically, I'm curious what everybody thinks graphically of this game. I think graphically it's not anything particularly special, especially the character models. If you look at the character models here, they're not like super detailed or anything. They look fine and all. I wouldn't call them
Yeah.
like amazingly. And they don't animate amazingly well either. But I think the strength of Pillars of Eternity is that the art is really good. Yeah, there we go. Going full nature here.
Right.
I think the art is really good, particularly the environmental art. It's just nice to look at and really does a good job of imparting the scale. Should add that the music is really good too. I really like the soundtrack in this game. So, during conversations, depending on how good your various stats are, you can have different options. So I can respond with might or intellect. I'm just gonna go with intellect 15. Apparently I'm having a debate with him. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs or because it's what you were told? I see. And what of Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? So I'm like having a full-on scholarly debate with this barbarian king here. Or this bandit. Oh. See, but... So I talked to him too much, now he's mad at me. But I got a friend.
Huh?
I'm a bear now. I'll say that the pyrotechnics are pretty good in this game. Piece
Yeah?
of cake. LDave82 wants to know, can you rotate the camera in this game? Unfortunately, no, the camera is fixed.
Get inside!
So, at least to my knowledge, it being an isometric game, not so surprised. So this is a phenomenon that it's an energy storm. By the way, this music reminds me a lot of, what was it? The Mordor music from Lord of the Rings. I kind of like it. so I'll have to throw my weapon at him. Yay, I caught him. Hooray. I wish that there were more of these in the game. Like, they're not actually that common, but they're kind of cool and cinematic.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
A Buick. That's what it was
We're
called.
lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
So, most of the RPG stuff follows in typical lines. Here's the inventory. It is a limited inventory, interestingly. So you can only carry a certain number of things. However, you can go into stash. There's a stash that you also carry around with you, and it's quite a bit larger, so you're almost never going to be finding yourself with a overly full inventory. You can, by the time you have 6 party members, you can just hand off all kinds of stuff to them. You can also craft a lot of different stuff, and you can improve your weapon once you've been using it long enough. Or you can use your weapon once you have enough. You can enhance your weapon through crafting. You don't have to go anywhere. You can just straight up enhance it. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I can show you how to do it really quickly. Okay. Oh, am I carrying anything? I must have lost my weapon. Which is annoying. So everybody can carry up to, some characters can dual wield. You can enchant this weapon if you know any recipes. I'm not actually sure how you learn recipes, but that's something that I can show a little later on.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
You can talk to her some more. Press M for the map. Actually, I don't really want to go through there because I hate puzzles. Puzzles are the worst. I hate lizards, much like Indiana Jones hates snakes. Let's try this one.
Lavaru, Beyond, Seek.
Hadouken! Oh, I accidentally lost a party member to that thing. Feel bad. Yeah, if a party member goes down, they will recover at the end of the...
Right.
They will actually recover at the end of the battle, and you won't have any particular problem. Going with spear and shield for now. I do like that when you equip a weapon, you will be able to see it pretty easily, so I do like that armor, weapons, that sort of thing change. I mean, it's par for course, it's kind of what you would expect, but...
Wait. Do you hear that?
No, I don't hear that. Why do you ask? Oh. Okay.
Huh?
Bear up. Bear down, as Chicago Bears fans would say. Let me speed this up.
Huh?
So far, the druid seems to be jack of all trades, master of one, but
Sure.
just the ability to turn into a bear is pretty rad. So yeah, there's an alternate view. I'm gonna push on the wall. I'm strong enough, I'm gonna push it down. And that allows me to circumvent...
I could scout ahead. See what's around. I could scout ahead. See what's around the corner.
Let's go. Yeah?
Oh, terrifying roar. I didn't realize that as a bear, I could actually use a terrifying roar. That's kind of cool. So that way I can attack will, make them
Sure.
less I don't know, less able to hit me. I think that affects accuracy.
Fresh air in here. I think we
By the
found
way,
an
if you have any
exit.
questions about
like the
Pillars of
storm passed,
Eternity,
too.
feel free to ask me. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon, just chilling out here on this beautiful Thursday, at least for me. Spiders are
go.
annoying and I hate them.
Let's
I would
go.
be happier if all spiders died. Okay, not really. Spiders are a friend. I read Charlotte's Web. This
Take them
particular
down.
dungeon's a little longer than I remember it. Not that long though. It's pretty short, all things considered. When an encounter is over, your health will actually recharge, and you can keep going. Oh, this is interesting. So if you find Okay, so in my last playthrough, he got injured. He had broken ribs and stuff, so I camped, and then when I camped, she left. Kaliska ended up leaving. So I guess he didn't get injured because I haven't had that opportunity yet. So, okay. Out the door we go. Kent Dog's wondering how I feel about Fog of War in an RPG. I like it, especially because it encourages you to scout around and be careful about how you approach things. And it definitely makes sense in this kind of game. So we got some crazy people hanging out around a thing.
And see, this man has kept his word.
We have no idea what they're doing
to his
here.
last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen.
So this is where the game kind of gets started in earnest. This is where you get your kind of special powers. You're a watcher. You can gain insight into people's abilities. You are the only survivor of whatever the heck happens here. It doesn't really explain what was going on. But your two companions are very dead. And the interesting thing is, as I already said, in my previous playthrough, Kaliska actually ends up leaving.
Can't move now.
Totally gonna root her body. Kaliska actually ends up dying. In this one, she left, so I'm wondering if she survived in the other one, if I'm actually going to be able to find her and recruit her. I kind of hope so, because she's kind of cool. Alright, so that's the beginning of the game. So let's go a little further. Here's a different save that I have set up. I've got quite a few more characters in this one. I am in the midst of Act 2 on this save, exploring the catacombs beneath the city of Defiance Bay. And I have 6 characters this time around. I'm a dual-wielding fighter. I got an elf, I got a ranger, I got a priest, I got a chanter, and I've got a... gosh, I don't remember what she's called, but she can use attacks and she can use spells. The ranger's interesting in that I actually created her from scratch. That's something that you can actually do in this game. So...
I shall. No problem.
explore around. So my goal here is to find I believe the alternate exit One of the nice things about this game is if I hold tab, I can see like what I should be clicking on. Yeah, I created the ranger from scratch. You can do that for like 100 copper at a local inn, and that's, quote, recruiting an adventurer. I'm trying to remember which direction I came from. I think I actually came from that direction, so I'm sitting in kind of an awkward position because I'm like trying to talk into the microphone, but I'm not like facing the screen in a way that I normally would. So I'm kind of like leaning at an awkward way while clicking around. Luckily this isn't an action game, so it's not a big deal. I guess I can just turn the screen like that. There we go. That's better. Alright, so Black Ooze. Alright. So then she's going to attack.
Yes.
What? On your word.
So my party's relatively strong at this point. I've got my bear and I've got my fighter up front handling everything. And then I've got a lot of people in back shooting ranged attacks.
How may I help?
And then he can do a magic missile.
Lava will be on sea.
And he can do this thing. Wait for my party to heal up. I have a bunch of camps, so if my party gets too hurt, I can always take a break. And if you actually end up playing too long, or if you end up going too long without taking a break, your party gets tired. That's another thing that you have to worry about, is you really have to worry about using the environment properly, because like your fighters will get stuck behind level geometry. Like, the pathfinding's pretty good for the most part. You just have to be kind of aware of like making sure that you don't accidentally get your spellcasters stuck up front or your ranged attackers stuck up front, because they are really, really squishy in this game and they will die in a hurry. This small Orlan man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry little camp.
How do you do?
Oh, okay. I guess this is for a quest. Crucible Knights are a group that I encountered earlier. Unfortunately, I don't have high enough stealth, apparently, to be able to meet whatever conversation requirement this has. I'm going to tell you a little secret when I'm playing RPGs. I almost never read all of the dialogue, because most of the time I just want to keep going. It takes a really, really good story for me to want to be able to keep playing. Anyway, if you're just joining us, I am currently in the middle of Act 2 of Pillars of Eternity. Having just shown some of the introductory parts, now I'm in a somewhat later dungeon. I'm exploring the catacombs, and I encountered a guy named Eorn who he just wants to leave the city. I can pay him, I can kill him. So the game likes to do stuff like this. I'm gonna be kind of a jerk.
Let's go!
Stand still!
The knights aren't like particularly nice people.
How may I help?
And the game constantly makes you feel kind of guilty for helping them.
What?
Because they're like really obsessed with like genetics and everything.
Yes?
But I don't really care. I'm gonna be mean and just give them a helping hand.
Lava will be on seek.
Sweet. So that'll give me a little extra money.
Yes. No problem.
Ooh. Fine hide armor. Excellent. And some gloves and some silver whatever.
Got it.
And a treasure chest. Looty loot loot. There's a story here for the codex. I would take the camping supplies, but I already got a ton of camping supplies, so I'm good on that front. Alright. Sweet. Side quest complete.
Brave Dalfilathilim.
I don't know where an enemy is that I'm fighting. Oh, there they are.
After him! Spot on! After him!
You really have to be careful about just continuing to go forward sometimes.
I cannot keep up this
Because if you just keep charging forward, you can end up... And now most of my people are tired. Or he is at least. Just a little wimp. Speaking of which, I have no idea what the heck he is. But he's got like sharp teeth and stuff. He's an Aomua. He's armed to the teeth.
Of course.
No problem.
He has a big rifle for some reason. I don't know why. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Fine scale armor. So I'm starting to get much better armor here. And a lot more money. Ooh, scepter. So, well, let's try this. So I've got heavy armor on right now. But I can put this light hide armor on. So let's... Okay. And I can enchant it. And I can add dexterity and intellect for a certain amount of money. Proofing, meh. I don't really want any of those traits. So now I'm wearing that. That's the thing I'm wearing. But I'd rather have scale armor. He's already got pretty good leather armor. I'm gonna give her that interesting armor. I have no idea where I am at this point, but that's kind of the point of a dungeon, right? This is a dungeon crawler after all. So far I've had like pretty good, I've had a pretty easy run of it fighting enemies, but this is the game where you just like, you never know where all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm dead. Wow, that was actually a really tough enemy. It's not... I'm making it look, I would say, fairly easy, but I would not characterize it as an easy game. Also, what is that? If find the atmosphere interesting because it reminds me a bit. The atmosphere of the dungeons reminds me of Skyrim, and I
We'll
think
get
that's a
far
lot
like
to do
this.
with the music and just the look of the dungeons and everything. Maybe an isometric Skyrim, which is maybe doing a disservice to the creators of this game, but that's what I see. I see what I see.
Lava will be unseated.
I'm a little nervous about this guy. I don't know what he is. But
Let's have it out!
anything that's called the
That's
dang
not very
spore, I don't particularly trust.
Of course.
Got it.
And that's a lot of dead bodies. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Yes?
This is where things might get a little trickier.
I shall deal with this one. Of course. Let's have it out! Let's have it out! I shall deal with this one. These ones are in for a walloping! I shall deal with this one.
No problem.
Kind of my language. I don't know why, like, my characters are having a hard time
Got him.
Let's end this! Your tale ends here!
So he has. I can summon skeletons.
Eh? Got it.
Aye? Aye?
Eh?
This is where you start thinking about wanting to make camp because his health is. When they recover, like, their health is kind of lower. So. And that isn't fixed until you recover. By the way, I love this little cutscene because it's so reminiscent of late 90s PC gaming.
No problem.
So everybody's healthy again.
Got
My
it.
bear doesn't seem particularly interested in attacking for whatever reason. Ugh. I'll also say that the dungeons in this game remind me a tiny bit of Diablo, but they're all kind of from the same lineage, aren't they? Elder Scrolls became a thing kind of in the late 90s. Mid to late 90s with, Elder Scrolls Arena? And Diablo 2 obviously first came out in the mid 90s, really created that kind of game. So I guess I'm not surprised that it'd be reminiscent of that particular look. By the way, if you want to hear my further thoughts on Pillars of Eternity, can I not go through here? Okay. If you want to hear my further thoughts on Pillar of Eternity, my review in progress is on the site over at usgamer.net right now. Out of curiosity, how many people in the chat have played kind of those late 90s isometric RPGs like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and that kind of thing? I actually pretty new to this genre because I mostly play Japanese RPGs back in the day. Oh, this guy. I mostly played Japanese RPGs back in the late 90s. I didn't play a lot of Western RPGs at all. That was, I don't know, I was just not in that kind of mindset. I was too busy playing TIE Fighter. But that changed when Dragon Age Origins came out, which was actually quite a while ago now. And since then, I've been a lot more interested in them. So this has been an interesting
You are
experience
from
here.
Grey Tomb, my dear.
I guess.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Grey Tomb. What made you decide to join our order?
See, world needs to know about true gods. God's have been good to me. I went through dark times.
As long as you are assured in your faith, the rest, are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Yeah, I guess. What? Okay. So I guess my stronghold, which is like a thing that you can do, collects taxes. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool, actually. Unfortunately, some of those taxes were, more than half of it was lost to bandits, which is actually really annoying. Kent Dog has apparently played all of the classic isometric RPGs, and he was referencing the fact that he really needed ranged weapons to be able to survive, and he's wondering if ranged weapons are pretty powerful here. I would say so, but ranged characters are pretty easy to run down and take out, so you can't really you really have to be mindful about having your meat shields. Oh, what the?
Back you, Claude! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
I don't think he's doing so good. More money. Sweet. I like money. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. You are late, attendant.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now, state your name and purpose.
Oh man, imposter. Oh, that's not good. Ow, 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 ow.
I shot.
This is where you start dying. Regroup. Oh, this is bullshit.
Yes. Spot on.
I'm hoping I didn't
No
end up
problem.
being too far back. Oh, I have to do this again, okay.
You are from a remarkable... What made you decide to... As long as... Are you ready to take...
I have to go back here, apparently. I'm wondering if there's a way to get past that whole thing. Oh, you don't want to steal in this game. Kind of a bad idea. Everybody will kill you, which is embarrassing. See if I can do this without...
Back here!
Okay, let's try this again. Continue alone. Let's see if I can be sneaky deaky here.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now.
Yeah. So much for being sneaky deaky.
Hi?
Yes?
Alright, let's see. A pulsing seal right here. Put a mark of death on that guy.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Yes? Yes?
Following your lead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going down fast. Okay, he's down. At least.
Following your lead. Stand still. Stand still. Brave Dalfilathili. Fight on, my friends!
We might be able to do this. So, take him out.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
This is what I meant by this game can get a little tricky here.
Eh?
Use heal healing. So one of the things about this game is that you are a watcher, and you can look into people's minds. So I want to either, I guess, inquire about the prisoner. I don't know who this is. So I guess I'm going to add to my quest. Very old school in the way that it approaches storytelling.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a battle. But I got a lot of stuff out of it, so that was good. And the nice thing is, once you win a battle,
Got it.
when you win a battle,
Eh?
and you go and collect loot from an enemy, it
Sure.
will, you don't have to click each one in turn, you can immediately get a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's a big battle, and I appear ready to move on. Really quickly, let me just show the stronghold.